Hi everyone, welcome to Mala's Verse. Welcome if you're new here, welcome if you have been here before. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. So today's reading is going to be a message or messages coming through from archangels for you at this point in time, and specifically we are going to focus on where they are drawing our attention. So we have three piles to choose from. The first pile is Beatitude of Sacred Rapture. I hope that's how you pronounce the word. And the number is 29. The second pile is Alabaster Tablet of Layla with number 41. And this is the stone. The third pile is the Sun of 417 Hertz with the number 16. So take a few deep breaths with me here, breathing out through your mouth, truly calming your energy. And letting your awareness guide you to whichever pile you are drawn to, and you're more than welcome to choose one or more piles. Hi, pile number one. If you chose 29, Beatitude of Sacred Rapture, this is your reading. So, we are going to look at this card later on from the guidebook as a message coming through from your archangels, from the archangels for you. So we have, oh wow, Knight of Wands, Four of Cups, the Fortune card or Wheel of Fortune card, Lovers, and the Nine of Swords as the bottom deck energy. Wow, with the King of Pentacles behind it. So, first of all, I do perceive that this is like the overarching theme here is about work more than anything else, and especially people who are working in basically working a job, a 9 to 5, or working in a company. And of course, it is applicable for people who are running their business or even wanting to begin running their own small business as well. So, the specific thing. So the questions we are going to ask are about where do you need to focus your energy, what are the archangels saying, where do you need to focus your energy, why, and where do you need to remove or reduce your energy or focus from, so that you can focus on where it is required more. And for what do you need to focus on, we have the Knight of Wands, which tells me there is a strong, like a very strong push probably coming from the universe as well for you to take action now. With the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck, it's like you have done all the mental gymnastics of trying to figure out what strategy works, what doesn't work. And there must have been attempts, but I do perceive that the attempts may not have been as consistent, probably, while working out these strategies, or you may not have given them the time to come into fruition or create results that you would like to have. So, that is the reason why, like, whatever you have created in your mind, and it might be quite beautiful, it's that energy I'm getting is that of decoration. So, like, it's very intricately designed in your mind. It's quite beautiful. It's very Venusian energy, also, is what I'm getting. Very grandeur type of an energy about the plan or what you want to do, or maybe in your workspace, where which kind of a project you want to do, so that it creates a totally new perspective about the company. Maybe that is true for some of you. And if it is your business, then you may have a lot of ideas as to what to execute, what not to execute, and what action could actually make your brand look like your brand. It's true to you, and it could be something that's very grand, if it's not grand, but something very gracious, very decorated, very Venusian energy, as I was saying. So but it's all happening only in the mental plane. You may not even be resting properly because of this. I feel like your sleep is not restful at all, or your resting period is not quality resting period. Your resting period might involve scrolling through social media or watching a series or a sitcom on Netflix. Nothing wrong with that, but if it is not being done mindfully, and you're losing time more than anything else, and your body is not rested, your body is not relaxed after the series, because subtly also we might feel a little uneasy. So then that is an indication that probably that rest period or the resting period is not being quality resting period or restful period. Just give me a moment. All right. So with the Knight of Wands, there's a clear indication that now nothing doing, you're straight up being asked to take actions on these ideas that you have. Almost, you've fried your brain with these ideas that you've been having, but now it's like high time for you to take action and on those ideas. And the other thing I'm getting is, if it's not ideas, but there's definitely a strong energy about engaging with other people and also engaging your body, because I do perceive that maybe you guys may not have been moving your body a lot, so there's stuck energy within the body. So doing light movements if you want to, and if you're not interested in something excessively intense as a workout, so yeah, at least going for a walk or just moving lightly, but moving your body so that there is that engine within your body starts up. There's more warmth in it, there's more fuel in it to do actions, rather than feeling exhausted because exhausted because you're not taking action, because there's a lot of energy, pent up energy within you, which is not being directed in a creative way. It's just mental gymnastics. That is what is happening, is what I'm receiving from your archangels. Why do you need to do this? Because you're unable to see an opportunity that is probably right in front of you, or recognize a gift that you already have, which could lead you to the pathway you wish to have. Like, we literally have the Wheel of Fortune, although the Wheel of Fortune is representing what action you need to take. But with the Four of Cups, it's like very clearly coming up, because you're not letting, not putting in action in the physical reality, in the physical realm. You are not able to clear obstacles if it would create obstacles, or or see a pathway which would lead you to look at how what is already with you as a resource, or very close to you for actualizing or manifesting as a gift. It's like so okay, scratch that. So till you do not take the action, you will not be able to see what is actually a gift in front of you that's already present. Either it's a resource you already have, or you are very close to, or you can very easily actualize it for you, which will totally change your reality, especially in moving forward career work wise. I wonder why there's a difference between work and career. So maybe it's applicable for this current phase in your life. Like a significant change is required in your work so that it contributes to your whole career at large. With the Wheel of Fortune as a plan of action, there is a very strong requirement with the snake here and in the Lovers card too. It's like you are letting the venomous energy of the past, or the energy of betrayal, of things not working out, or of things looking too good to be true. Whatever example played out in that sense for you in the past, you're letting it overpower you right now. That is why you're strategizing so much right now. It's the time to just head on face reality. More than reality, I would say, like, nose dive straight into whatever ideas you already have, whatever creativity is flowing through you, because you have that capacity. It's not just the Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is confident, is knowledgeable enough to take actions. Yes, they have a fiery energy and they could be a little, impromptu or impulsive, but more than the impulsive energy, and probably that is what you require that impulsive energy right now, because you maybe are being too careful with your steps, and you're not letting what is actually a gift or a resource for you to show up in your life, by staying stuck in that energy because of the past, probably betrayal or deception that you might have experienced. And this could also be a delusion or an illusion you experienced, in terms of, basically, you may have had a goal which you thought was yours, but probably you were picking up on other people's energies and their reality, and making their goals or mixing their ideas of what a target should be with yours. So don't let that hold you back. There is a strong requirement for you to change that mentality altogether. Educate yourself about how to engage with people. Educate yourself how to do positive affirmations. It's very important. That's the message coming through, so that you build the courage to move forward clearly with the direction that is being shown from your heart center, from your inner awareness, from your creative self, because that is going to guide you towards the choices you require to make in your workspace, to either expand your business, or even what I was also getting is that if you do know that you are up for a promotion or you know that basically you need to upgrade in some way, shape or form, this there is an indication of starting that conversation or initiating that conversation with the higher ups. And if there is a little bit of hesitation there, I am not saying go and do a riot, basically, or rebel, but there is definitely an indication to go and speak to the required person. At least send that word out there. Send that word out there into the universe also. Don't keep thinking more about why it would not work out. Rather think, what would you do if it does work out? How would it be when you are in that position, when you're probably able to handle a project? Like I was saying, maybe you are interested in doing a project, so go and give yourself the permission to share your name to the required person to handle the situation, to sorry handle the project. Maybe it is a situation too, maybe you are good at disaster management or stuff like that. So buck up, pull up your socks and show up for yourself, because this is for you. And with the lovers card, that is pointing towards where do you not have to, or where do you need to reduce your attention from. And with the lovers card, yes, it is, this could be about relationships, as I mean like romantic connections or something like that. But I perceive more of like, spending or spending less time resolving other people's relationship issues. That's what I'm getting. Do know that even the universe has your back and theirs too, so they are capable of resolving whatever is required. Let them come to you, and you have certain boundaries as well about how much you can help at what time. Right now the time is to focus on yourself. Don't go and get yourself sucked into drama. And I'm not saying that it is like unreasonable. Maybe some people around you are going through a tough time, but right now your focus is being like, the archangels are actually asking you to focus on yourself, not using your creative energy in solving other people's issue or solving the past in with your head. Now is the time to take action, and especially towards your goals. So wish the best for your probably friends or whoever you care for who are having these issues. Pray for them. Do whatever you can do energetically for them. But more than that, it's highly likely, not highly likely, but it's high time for you to focus on your energy, your aims, your targets right now. Pile number one. Now I'm going to pull some cards from this deck as to some questions or thoughts to think about. Okay, well, that's interesting. So, wow. We have, are you undervaluing your skills? Put them to use and see for yourself first how potent you are, how creative you are. So I'm going to put that here. The rest of the cards are I I thought that this would show up. So we have what, but what if you fly? You've got this. Trust yourself. Don't let the past fears and wounds, or even what you may seem as failures, do not see as failures. Don't let them define your future. It's now the time for action, for change, or for silence. And it's more clearly, indicating towards action. But you know the best. So, what is the time for now? Here and now. Yeah, like I said, don't dwell in the past. Bring your energy back to here and now. Just, I feel like, not I feel like, I have experienced that this kind of an activity where I, do a few deep breaths and then I just either say it out loud or I say it in my mind, here and now, here and now. I am here and now. And that seems to help me a lot. So maybe that's an activity you can try. And we have nothing to prove, only life to be lived. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. If you were being focused, no, if you were being drawn towards targets that were not true to you, or setting unrealistic targets in terms of not that you would not be able to do it, but because it was not true for you, it's not a target that you actually want to do, does not make you a bad person, basically. Just because it's someone else's, someone close to you who's been guiding you and they are saying that this is how you should go about it, etc., etc. But if you're not doing it, there's nothing right or wrong about it. You do know what's the best for you, and it may be a very different path. So there is nothing to prove, just life to be lived. Now I'm going to read this card from the guidebook, so give me a moment. So, the first line that I want to read is, commit to your spiritual path and know you are making progress, even if things seem more difficult for a time. Trust yourself. If you have been in pain, this oracle brings a message for a joyful breakthrough. So, what vision of yourself or others do you either cling to or free yourself from? How might your choice either encourage or impede soul awakening? When life is tough, you can admire the courage it takes to grow. There is a compliment inherent in being allotted life challenges. If something big has shown up on someone's path, then the universe is basically saying that they are enough of a spiritual badass to deal with it. It's a vote of divine confidence. If you or another are battling something, you can choose to feel awe and respect rather than fear and despair. The oracle of beatitude or sacred rapture brings guidance that the beautiful healing truth of spirit is your reality. When you sense spirit at work in your life, totally trustworthy and having your back, you are seeing clearly. When your hopeful heart feels empowered, you are in a zone of truth. Trust in those moments. Recall them whenever you can. Count on all your positive moments and wins, no matter how inconsequential they may appear. Remember that even in the tremors, trials, and tribulations of human life, you are radiant. You are a radiant soul who is growing ever more luminous through the wisdom, compassion, and strength distilled through those experiences. Look for the light beneath all phenomena, and you shall know the peace and love that is with all beings always. Wow. How does it get any better than this? So yeah, pile number one, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope to see you in future readings, and do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Bye bye. Hi, pile number two. If you chose the alabaster tablet of Layla with number 41, this is your reading. We have the Page of Cups, the Tower card, the Fool card, and the Seven of Wands with the Devil at the bottom of the deck. So the message, which it's quite clear cut here for you, pile number two. The message here is to drop the facade, if there is one, especially a facade you may have created with your own self, with not wanting to pursue your creative or artistic endeavors. Anything that is artistic or colorful, it's just like something that very out there for probably people around you. Anything, maybe it's like a business idea, but more than that, I'm getting like some sort of way where you fulfill your heart's desires and you feel joyful. You like to share that with others. The time now is to focus on this. The time now is to share your creative genius, gifts that come through from you when you follow your heart, and amalgamating or bringing together the heart chakra and the upper heart chakra or the higher heart chakra, which I perceive the differences. The heart chakra, which we may have as souls, and the higher heart chakra being the higher form of love, unconditional love. And we do experience it in different ways or forms, and I am sure you have done it too. And you don't probably, know the vibration of it or how it feels. It's that you've been hiding under a facade. Maybe even I perceive that you're confining yourself in an ideology which is not letting you be who you are truly. And what I am receiving is specifically that this is like an ideology or a father wound, essentially, but that ideology comes from your father's side. Could be someone who has a father like energy in your life, but there is someone who is like an authority figure, probably whom you are scared of or not so willing to confront or go against their desires. And with the tower, as to why you need to focus your energy here, it's clear as day, because the foundation that you have built is not true for you. There is so much that's wanting to come out of you, to come into the world, to really explode into the world as something that is divine within you, very creative within you, has the energy of creation of life. And the archangels are really wanting you to focus on your creative endeavors, your artistic capacities. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's creating something from your hand, maybe a DIY thing, or maybe you are interested in something that's pottery based or ceramics. Yeah, I was not remembering the word, but it could be something. Or maybe you're someone who likes to do stand up comedy. I wonder why that's coming, but like something you share quite creatively, and your communication is very creative in nature. And this is something you really enjoy doing. It doesn't matter if it creates a lot of abundance for you or prosperity for you or not, but you're not letting yourself experience it, because with the cards, what I'm perceiving is because you're trying to impress or be in alignment with the belief system of your father or a father figure. With the devil here, it does perceive. Sorry. With the devil here, I do perceive that there must be a, unwarranted comparison happening between siblings in your family or other members of the family. So because they might be successful, they might be doing everything at the right age, according to the societal norms, but that is probably not the case for you, or you've been doing that, but you feel so suffocated. You feel that you're not able to experience the joy of expressing yourself absolutely, in an unfiltered manner. So the focus is really to just dive deep into your creative juices, into your creativity, because the plan of action is the fool, which tells me that there is, don't worry about what happens next, or if it will be accepted by, or even adored by people around you or not. You do not have to give a damn about that. This is about you, about what brings you joy. Maybe people will call you crazy or illogical, or someone who has no care about the future, like in a demotivating way. But isn't that also freeing? If you are, that's why I think they say, when you are thinking about the future, it's all anxiety, and when you're thinking about or ruminating in the past, it creates depressing or depression sort of an energy. But when you're in the present, or you're able to focus on the present more, you're more relaxed, more grounded, more at ease. So moving out of this paradigm that might have been created because of the need to, make someone else happy, it's not working for you. And that's what the archangels are saying, like, this is a false foundation, it's not true to who you are. And what you have to draw your attention away from or reduce is actually defending your choices or defending yourself. Especially, I don't remember the phrase, but what the essence of that phrase essentially was, if someone is basically not willing to listen to you, no matter how many hoops you jump, no matter how much struggle you go through to convince them that you are right, your choices are right, or that they work for you, or the choices work basically for you and they create greater, they are not going to be supportive, just because they have concluded already in their head that this is not the way to live, or this is not a definition of a successful life. So when you are talking to someone like that, it's basically like talking to a wall, right? There's will blah, sorry. There will be no difference created or no opportunity created. So instead of focusing so much of your energy in trying to defend what you like to do, maybe you're doing it by showing examples of other people who are pursuing a similar career and creating a very wonderful life for themselves. The archangels are letting you know that there is no requirement for you to focus so much energy on that. Actually focus your energy on taking actions with these creative endeavors. This could also be that, very well be that you start posting these creative or artistic projects of yours. Maybe it's poetry, maybe it's photography, maybe it's an artistic creation like a painting or some sculpture, whatever it is. Start doing it anonymously. If you cannot immediately go there with your name and post publicly, so it is now very important for you to start taking actions in alignment with your inner child's choices, their interests. So maybe you do it at a smaller scale, whatever it is, but there's no point bottling it up inside, because it's not creating greater. It's just a false facade that you may have created with what you are doing in life right now, certain choices, because those choices appeal to someone you actually care about. But is it really creating greater for you? You have to free yourself from other people's point of view and let yourself have the time of the day. Let the sun shine bright on you, and only you can give yourself the permission by at least taking any kind of a step, be it in smaller doses towards giving life to this creative energy within you. That's very important, because otherwise you are just going to bind yourself in this loop for a really, really long time. There's nothing wrong or right about it, but is that really working for you? Because the archangels are clearly saying, stop defending your choices and stop focusing on um, trying to keep an image or trying to build an image which is not even true for you or true to you. So I'm going to pull some cards from this deck. These could be prompts or whatever wants to come through as food for thought, or a question that you can sit with or journal. So for pile number 2. Yeah, we are not taking these. I'm not this either. But it does say, and it did show up 2-3 number of times when I was moving through these cards in between. You are a rock star. Be that. All right. Well, just give me a moment. Okay, so we have put down the battle axe, relax, which I do perceive it resonates, or just reiterates the Seven of Wands message here, where you are being asked to reduce your focus from. Then we have, what resources do you have already? So, like I said, maybe you do have access to social media where you can portray or start sharing your stuff, or maybe groups online where they talk about the same things that you actually have fun talking about, creating knowledge about whatever it is. What if you could join those forums and start talking in those forums or sharing with those people? Connect with your guides or spirit team. Yeah, that's going to, I perceive that's going to give you that relaxation. Anyway, this is a message coming through from the archangels, right? They are already supporting you, and the fool is somebody who has almost has a blind faith in the universe, that the universe has their back. So, and probably even the fact that the message for you there is to know that you have your back, you have your back, you have the back of your inner child, of their creative, artistic endeavors, interests. Or maybe this is something, just a small game that you used to play, and it used to make you feel so light and flying, basically light, so light as a feather essentially, that you wanted to fly in the sky. So maybe it's going back to that, and probably creating something out of it that could help others too eventually. Even if it doesn't, but something that nourishes you. And who else could nourish you more than you yourself, right? So connect with your guides and spirit team, as they might provide you that internal support as well to move through this, especially to help you move out of your own way and wasting, or not just, I wouldn't say like wasting, but unnecessarily indulging in energies where you have to prove yourself. So moving away from that could be probably helped by through your connection with your spirit guides or your spirit team. Then we have alkaline diet, more electrolytes. So, of course, the best for your body, but essentially, the message with that is to have food that is lighter for your body, more rejuvenating and life giving. So, electrolytes could be even a lemonade or coconut water or more watery food, basically, if it is okay for your body. The best, like I said, but essentially having more food that is lighter for your body. Now I'm going to read this card from the deck, Alabaster Tablet of Layla with the number 41. So give me a moment, please. I'm just going to read the first line here, and I was drawn to this paragraph, so I'll go to the paragraph next. And it says, you are remembering at a soul level. You are tapping into greater awareness and an understanding of your highest self. Purpose shall become even clearer to you, which I do perceive that you are recognizing that this facade you're trying to hold on to, or a foundation that you have created, is probably not working anymore. And this paragraph here says, Layla is a guardian angel watching over all transitions, including the transition of the soul into the embryo during conception, and the guiding of the soul out of the body and into the realms of light when a physical life draws to a close. Alabaster was lauded by the ancient Egyptians as a guardian stone, which leads to the soul toward the light during times of transition. This card indicates that you are navigating a significant transition. It may be that your outer life is going through change, or it may be that inner changes are happening within your soul or both. You may not know how to traverse the shifting inner and outer landscapes, but the oracle advises you that this great angel is guiding you faithfully and effectively. Connect with your guides. Like I said, there's a strong presence of angels around you. This oracle encourages you to perform a spiritual cleansing that feels right for you, sealing your work with a protective shield of white light. Crystals are embodied light, and alabaster in particular emanates the white light frequencies. It is highly reputed as a drawing stone, absorbing negative energies and attracting the light of spirit in your heart and life. So this could be helpful in, drawing your energy out of wherever it's connected to this um, not contributive, unconscious, exhausting, degenerative energy of wanting to from of wanting to um, climb the corporate ladder. That's what I'm hearing. So maybe it's literally that, or a metaphor, or the metaphor climbing, a corporate ladder, or climbing or jumping hoops unnecessarily, trying to prove that you are living a great life. So helping you to move out of that belief system and detaching your energy from wherever it's connected, a cleansing ritual would be helpful. And that Layla as a guardian angel is definitely going to help you with that if you wish to connect with their energy. So yeah, pile number 2, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape or form, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose the sun of 417 hertz with the number 16, this is your reading. We have the Emperor, the Page of Wands, the Judgment, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck for you. And with the Emperor as a card representing what your archangels want you to focus on, it is straight up saying you have to take charge of your life now. You have to step in your power, step into your power, and step into the choices and living those choices that are true for you. This could also, it is, giving me the energy of someone who has had a career for a really long period of time, over probably 2 decades, 3 decades, however fits the situation. And now they're starting the second innings, the second part, and or they are reaching a point in their career where this person who has chosen this pile is realizing how impactful and joyful and fulfilling certain creative activities are, for which you were not able to dedicate time in your career pathway, or the timeline that your career was present for in the other basically field. Because I do feel that to create stability, the Four of Pentacles, because the Four of Pentacles is representing what not to focus on, or where do you need to remove your focus on. So with the Four of Pentacles, I do perceive it to be an energy of getting out of your comfort zone, not clinging on to the fear of how security is, because your job must have been something that could have been giving you a lot of security, or you were in such a field that was quite secure compared to where you are in life right now and where you want to traverse into, move into. And so because of the fear of the inconsistency or unstable environment of what you want to pursue, you may be not letting yourself explore what is actually true for you, and what actually makes you happy, what makes you excited for life, that lust for life, that joy for life, the joy for living. And with the Page of Wands here as to why you should focus on this, it's clearly giving me the energy of, the artist in you wants to come up. It wants to show off, is what I'm also getting. It wants to enjoy making mistakes and enjoy creating things in the world. And more so than anything else, the creative or the artist within you really wants to share their ideas, their creations with the world. They look forward to it. So that is why you need to start now focusing on what is fun for you, and not letting other people or society choose what works for you and what doesn't work for you, or what could create wealth for your stability for you. Because you have reached a point, either in, of course, in terms of time as well, or in general, like you have had life experiences which has given you the insight into the fact that material wealth can be generated in various different ways, that people who are pursuing that certain artistic endeavor or creative, endeavor that you like, they are creating wealth for themselves, they are creating stability for themselves. And on the other hand also, you may be looking at how they're doing, I mean, like, pursuing it, and maybe they are not living in the most luxurious house or with a lot of amenities, but they're still enjoying life. There is sweetness to life, there's so much joy in life, there's so much energy of community as well, interacting with people or sharing with people what actually lights you up, what actually lights your soul up. And with the Ten of Swords, it's funny that in this card, the Ten of Swords is right on the front, like the front part of the body, whereas in the RWS system, it's usually on the back side. So this is, how much you've sacrificed to be where you are, to create this stability for yourself. You know how much you've given yourself away to create a sense of stability. And if you are a student, and it's Ten of Swords, this stability could have been, maybe you took up a job too young to support your family, maybe you took up a job of being that emotional and mental support system, especially a mental support system for those in the family, because of which you did not let yourself pursue what is actually fun for you. Maybe you did not even get to live how a child should have lived. And so now is the time to step into that, to let that energy play out. Let yourself learn. You really want to learn. Your inner child does want to learn. And I don't feel like they're afraid of making mistakes. They actually probably look forward to it, because probably life experiences definitely has helped you build this resilience towards mistakes, or towards things actualizing at a later point, or you have built a muscle in some way, shape, or form for being a late bloomer. So instant gratification probably is not something you have to worry about. And that's kudos to you for moving through life so, magnificently, and in such grace and strength. And it's given you the strength to move ahead, especially in something that you enjoy, and have the patience for it to actualize. Maybe it actualizes quicker than you think, maybe it actualizes a bit later, but now you have that mindset to wait for it to actualize. And with the Judgment card as to what action you should take, it is clearly giving us the energy that, and in fact, I was getting Archangel Gabriel for this pile. And sometimes I've heard some readers talk about how they associate the angel in this card, in the Judgment card, to Archangel Gabriel. So some of you might want to be musicians, or are interested in music, in singing, probably, or it could be a musical instrument. With the Page of Wands, I was also getting the awareness that if you are interested in grooming yourself and stuff like that, don't hesitate about it. Maybe just look up online about image consultancies or body consultancies. I think there is a social media influencer. Her name is Ellie Jean. I am not too sure, but she is very good an image consultant. But what I liked about her is, and I think a lot of people do use that system. I don't remember the person's name, but the system, that system included, what colors are actually true for you, and that was not just like the cool or warm tone. There is a whole spectrum of, I think, around 12 different criterias. And yeah, the Kibi body type is also that. Is also something that person talks about, and Kibi is spelled as KIBBE, and it's not based on your muscle mass or how your body is, but more so on your skeletal structure. So, and consulting or following up on such topics, if you really want to do it and bring it into action, bring it into your life, there's no need for you to take any permission, because the Judgment what I'm receiving is that now you just take the action, you create whatever you want to create, and you are straight up going to announce what you're choosing, maybe after it's done, or when you're in the mode of action for it. And recently I did a pick a card called What Should Be Kept Under Wraps. Maybe that is a reading you should check out or look out for, or go back to and see. Maybe there are some messages for you there. But essentially, now you're not letting other people, you're being asked to not let other people's opinion in as to, am I doing this right? Is this for the best of you? Because you know what's best for you. And when you start taking this action, I do perceive that even your ancestors are going to be very proud of you. And with the Four of Pentacles, as we discussed in the beginning, as an energy where you shouldn't be focusing on is, don't fear losing stability, because you do have it. You have the capacity to recreate it for yourself as well, especially by doing something that is fun for you. So there is a very strong indication about stepping into your power. And this could also be that you are aware of your connection with angels, probably your connection with spirit, and maybe you are a closeted spiritualist. So definitely there is this strong push from archangels for you to step into that wisdom, that knowing, the strategic energy of a spiritual person, because they are very clever and aware of their not of their intuitive hits. Of course they are aware of their intuitive hits, and they're aware of how it plays out. So you may have this innate knowledge, and you have experienced with the Ten of Swords in the front also. It's like you knew when crap was going on, but just because you did not want to shake the foundation of something, you did not voice what your intuition was saying, or you were not so keen on following your intuition. So changing that also is very important. Not letting, maybe it's with your awareness, you are getting the awareness not to interact with somebody, and you've had an issue with saying no to people. But now archangels are saying, straight up say no, and you don't have to explain yourself. You just announce that, and maybe you do it. It's not about doing it in a rebellious or aggressive manner. Probably that is the energy required. But when that's not the energy that is required, be kind, be compassionate, but state what is true for you. You don't have to. That's why probably I was getting community here, because maybe your comfort zone is the number of people or the people that you know, and you might think that if you become or step into your power, wholly they will leave you. No, the ones who truly root for you will not leave you. So yeah, that that's couple of messages coming through, and now I'm going to shuffle this deck to see if there is any thought prompts or questions you can sit with, or food for thought for you regarding this. All right, so no. You guys are stepping into your North Node, that is coming strongly, with number 4 being here. I'm just going to share this, although this is not a message that's coming through, but because it's at the bottom of the deck, energy work and healing. So like I said, you guys might have a very high intuition. You are interested in spiritual stuff, or it could be a closeted spiritualist. And we have, breathe deeply thrice, drop down into your body. Yeah, any anxiety in moving out of your comfort zone and into the unknown, whenever you do you take that action and you feel anxious, do this. And maybe it's a good practice to remind yourself to do this throughout the day, time and again. It will calm your nervous system, especially the more you learn to claim your power. Trust, like you trust the sun to rise tomorrow, no matter what. We have the sun and the sun here. Wow. I, I mean, how does it get any better than this? So trust, like you trust the sun to rise tomorrow, no matter what. Trust yourself like that. Trust that you have got you. Trust that you can create this empire. And the Emperor is Aries energy. It's fire energy. You know, even the Page of Wands. And we have love yourself like you would love your child or your pet. Honor your awareness, honor your truth, honor the gift that you are, pile number three. That's what the archangels want to let you know. So now I'm going to read this card, the Sun of oh, the Sun of 417 hertz with the number 16. So 7 could be an important number as well. And that does make sense. 4 and 7 are Rahu and Ketu in Indian astrology, which is the north and the south node. So yeah, probably some influence of the past life is there. A past life pattern is being repeated or being brought to the light for it to end, and that's why you're moving more into your north node, your north star. Okay, so let me just you have what it takes. That's the first line. You are a light bearer. Within you is a healing power and spiritual wisdom you can tap into. Find your way through any confusion or doubt. Have confidence in yourself and know you are enough. Expect an affirming yes from the universe. Well, I think that summed it up quite well, but I'm going to read more. So, as your soul connects to the inner sun, your relationship to light or to the light heals. It is not seen as separate. Instead, the soul begins to recognize the light as a constant inner reality that can be relied on for sanctuary. As the soul recognizes itself as the higher self, a being of light, the fears of the mind no longer dominate the heart as they used to. If you are criticized, misunderstood, or disrespected by those around you, rely upon your inner connection to the light to see you through such dark times. Yeah, those, like I said, the community that you think is supporting you and is a support system for you, but you do know that certain people may not be very kind to you or to your words, and they could have been judging you with the judgment here. Like I said, with the Page of Wands I was getting, you will find new community the more you step into your strength. You can commune with your inner light in private without needing to explain. Yeah, make choices and you don't have to explain. Without needing to explain, justify, or even speak of it to anyone. Your inner light shall continue to shine bright no matter what is happening around you. The 417 frequency facilitates a healing shift into the vibration of the higher self. Your authentic life path is directed by your higher self. Your true life path may lead you away from the familiar directly into the worlds of the unknown. The moment the soul takes its authentic path, wondrous awakening can take place. There is a feeling of closeness and connection to the sacred. It cleanses. This frequency helps wipe away experiences of alienation and re-establish a deep and loving connection with the universe. It cleanses traumatic experiences and memories and any malignant habits formed as a consequence of past pain to allow the soul to experience true kindness, compassion, and love for self and others. In this oracle, it signifies that no matter what is happening in your life, you have got this. Wow, that was just beautiful. I hope that that was helpful for you, pile number three, in some way, shape, or form. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye.